Welcome to the weekly affirmation. So this week we have a new affirmation and it's called I trust my spirit. However, this week we do not have questions. Again, this week we're going to do something different. So let's get into it. So your spirit, what is that? Your spirit is basically everything. It encompasses the tangible and intangible aspect of you. It includes your body, your intuition, instincts, to your higher self. The spirit enables us to connect with the divine, with God, with the all, with the source from which we were created. So we have to trust our spirit, because even though we don't see it with our eyes, with our naked eyes, it is there. And we know it's there because we're alive. Without the spirit, we will not be alive. So by trusting our spirit, we're trusting our life, we're trusting our vitality, we're trusting our aliveness. So let's say this affirmation 3 times. Get in a comfortable position and let's say it 3 times. I trust my spirit. I trust my spirit. I trust my spirit. How did that feel for you guys? Did you feel any resistance? If you felt any resistance, then please check in with yourself and ask yourself, why don't you trust your spirit? There are signs that occur within us that shows us that we do not trust our spirit. One of them is we constantly doubt our skills, our abilities, and we're constantly worrying. This happens to all of us. We have all been there in one time or the other. But to constantly doubt your ability, your strength, to constantly be worrying, that's a sign that you do not trust who you are. And this can come up because of various reasons. We'll get into that. But if you find yourself constantly worrying, constantly doubting yourself, then check in with yourself. Most likely, somewhere in the past, someone or some situation made you feel like you cannot trust your abilities. Hence, you can't help but worry if what you're doing is right. Ever. The second thing that you can look out for is you constantly look outside for validation and for guidance. You completely ignore your intuition, which is basically your life map. Our intuition already knows what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. It basically knows our whole life. But if we do not have a connection with it, if we do not trust it, then we'll walk in life without a compass, without an inner compass. And because of that, we have no other choice but to look outside for validation, outside for guidance. And that sometimes, most of the time, does not align with who we truly are on the inside. It doesn't align with what we actually want. So if you find yourself constantly seeking validation, constantly asking external forces for guidance instead of listening to your intuition, then know that that might be a sign of you not trusting your spirit. Another sign that you do not trust your spirit is you cannot make a decision. Even the smallest thing, you cannot make a decision. You are indecisive. You question everything and you over-question everything. You worry about everything and then you over-worry about everything. This is worse than overthinking. If you find yourself in such place where you cannot make a decision, even the smallest thing as should I wear red or should I wear blue today, then you have to check in with yourself. You can seek help. There are people out there that can help you tackle that particular aspect of yourself. There are professionals out there. But you can also check my website. I have a service where I listen. You tell me what's wrong and I listen, and if you need an advice and I can help you in that particular area, we can work together. The link is down in the caption. Feel free to check it out. Another sign of you not trusting your spirit is you feel completely out of alignment. You feel burnout. You feel depressed. because you're doing the wrong job, you're in the wrong environment, you're in the wrong crowd, and that affects the way you are. But if you realign yourself, you get yourself in a place where you can listen to your intuition, to that inner voice, to that inner knowing, you can be realigned with your spirit. This is all a process. You can get back to yourself. Another sign that you do not trust your spirit is you do not like change. And I don't mean that the regular amount of not liking change. No, I mean you avoid change. You are stuck in perfectionism. You hold on to the past way too much. You clench way too much. And you worry way too much about the future. Those are signs that you do not trust your spirit, because you think your spirit does not know what's good for you. But your spirit knows what's good for you, because your higher self resides in that, and your higher self is one of the wiser aspects of you. So if you are experiencing any one of the signs, please reach out, seek help from professionals, and also sit with yourself and ask yourself what is wrong. Or read books. There are lots of books out there, and lots of contents that you can consume that will help you, that will help bring you back to alignment with yourself. Some of the things that influence our trust in our spirit are basically trauma and pain from the past, from childhood, adulthood, teenage years. All of that, it influences us, because most likely sometime in our past we did something a certain way, and then an adult figure said, no, that's not the way, and then your initiatives are being dismissed time and time over. And with that, you learn unconsciously that what you bring to the table doesn't matter. So things like that does influence the trust that we have in our spirit. There's also the other aspect of conforming and following a set path. To be honest, we're all different. We all have different motivators. The things that motivates me and the things that motivates you are two different things. So there is no such thing as one set path. We are not all the same. So there is no such thing as one size for all, So we have to find our own path. But society wants us to conform, and that is not possible. Some of us, we bend to the pressure. We bend the knee under pressure, but by doing that, we're betraying ourselves. And by doing that, we are not trusting in our spirit. Another thing that affects our trust in ourselves is basically the fact that we hang on to our mistakes way too much. This life, we're living it for the first time with this consciousness that we have at the moment. So we're bound to make mistakes. You have to allow yourself to make mistakes. You have to create space for mistakes to happen, because mistakes are wonderful. You learn from them. But mistakes are not there for you to cling on to and for you to constantly blame yourself for whatever reason. Mistakes, you look at them and then you let it go. You do not hold on to them. You do not create a personality, an identity around it. That's not what mistakes are for. So, trauma, conforming, and holding on to your mistakes are some of the key factors that influence the way we trust ourselves. Luckily, there are also ways to, rebuild trust with ourselves. We can do that, for example, if you're an indecisive person, learn to make small decisions, make them fast, so that stops the overthinking aspect of you. Make decisions fast. If you're someone who clings on to their mistakes and create an identity out of it, stop it. Let it go. Let it go and allow for mistakes to happen, and know that it's just adding to you. It's not taking away from you. Say daily affirmations. Write down affirmations. Make a list of affirmations. Or go online. There are tons of affirmations. Or you can check my website, my online store. I created a I think it's a 6-page affirmation, and it has the various sentences like I trust, I allow, it's safe for me to, I am, and there's another one. I forgot. Anyway, you can check that out and see if that works for you. Or say daily affirmations. Find affirmations that work for you and say it, feel it, and mean it. If you encounter any resistance, check in with yourself. Ask yourself why, and make it a habit to write it down. Because you deserve to be in alignment with your soul. And the last thing that you can do, well, for now, is to trust in yourself blindly, regardless of what the 3D is saying. Learn to trust yourself without proof. Because once you start doing that, you make that an habit. Eventually, every single time you exercise this trust, you will see that your brain immediately will try to find proof for it in the past. And believe me, there are proof of it. So all you have to do is to just allow yourself to have that trust. Allow yourself to have that trust. Allow yourself to trust in your spirit. Because your spirit, it embodies all of you. It connects you with the divine. It connects you to things that are beyond. So trust in your spirit. It's your co-founder. It's your co-manager. It's your co-creator. Again, I trust my spirit. Do you trust your spirit?